Hawks win! Hawks win 6-3 over the Ottawa Senators. Yes, your Chicago Blackhawks beat the Ottawa Senators 6-3 in Canada's capital of Ottawa. This game was an interesting one in all ways to say. From the factor that how it started, a big black cloud laid over the entire arena, basically. You could tell the Blackhawks were rattled, as in the first 3 minutes of play, Connor Murphy got hit by Parker Kelly, my bad, not Patrick. Parker Kelly of the Ottawa Senators and the boards, and Murphy went down and ended up on a stretcher out of the remaining of the game. Good news is Murphy is okay enough to travel back to Chicago with the Blackhawks back home. Doesn't mean he won't get cleared to play. It just means he was good enough to be cleared to travel back to Chicago instead of having to go to a hospital. So that's good news there, but it's just was not good to see. With that happening, though, the Hawks had a 5-minute power play. It did not go so well. You could tell the Hawks were rattled. This team tonight, from the first period, they were not themselves. They were completely rattled, and the play was just showing. The Hawks were not themselves. They were rattled. They didn't know what to do. That's one of their captains down due to injury. Murphy out of the rest of the game. Luckily, though, the Hawks dressed 7 defensemen, not just 6. So they were not down a defenseman, but we do go down a forward after the first period of play, though. This was an interesting game. In the Senators were playing a heavy-hitting type of hockey game, and the Hawks were getting pummeled. The Hawks just looked off until they got into the second period of play. Then they started to find their game, move the puck well, and it was all by the captain having himself a big performance tonight. And also Caleb Jones having himself a stellar performance as well. This game was an interesting one to watch play out because the Senators are a young, upcoming team playing some decent hockey. Former Blackhawk Anton Forsberg was in net, so a little bit of a revenge game for him, maybe. Well, it didn't work out for him. He kind of looked like Anton Forsberg when he was on the Chicago Blackhawks, not being able to save a beach ball in this game. Let's be honest. We got to see beach ball Forsberg in tonight's action versus the Chicago Blackhawks. That was the type of Forsberg I'm used to seeing, not the Forsberg we've been seeing this season with the Senators and playing strong in net. And then we had Marc-Andre Fleury in net for the Hawks. He let in a couple softies, but he was able to battle back. The Hawks were able to regain control, move the puck well, get the win, and there we go. So, let's look at the face-off percentage. It comes key. 56% to the Hawks, 43% to the Senators. Total shots on net, 28-23 in favor for your Chicago Blackhawks. Hits, though, 19-25 in favor for the Senators. Power play, 1 for 3 for the Chicago Blackhawks, 0 for 1 for the Ottawa Senators. But the Senators do get a shorthanded goal. Not good. So, let's get into this goals of the game, shall we? Because there was a total of 9. God, we've been putting up some goals lately. So, in the first period, it was virtually to start out with the Hawks were moving the puck well until Connor Murphy went down by the hit from Kelly. And well, the Senators come out with on a 5-minute penalty kill, and well, minutes into the penalty kill, at 3:18, Connor Brown scores his 8th of the season, short-handed, assisted by Formenton to make it 1-0 Senators early in the game. You could tell after this, okay, I can understand. The Hawks are rattled. They aren't themselves. Maybe just start and find themselves overplay on this power play. Well, this power play of 5 minutes, they let in a shorty. That's not good. But you have a 5-minute power play. You can do stuff. Anytime you score, you keep your power play going if it's remaining on that 5-minute power play. Well, the Hawks didn't. And the Senators were just keeping the Hawks contested and playing a tough game. The Hawks just were rattled. Nothing was playing clean. And then, well, the captain drops the gloves later in the period. Jonathan Toews drops the gloves in the period at 8:46 with Zach Sanford. This was a fight that you could tell Toews was angry, and it could have been the fact he wanted to change momentum on the Hawks side, because the hit from Sanford laid on Kirby Dach. Toews came in and wanted to fight Sanford. Okay, Taser drops the gloves. Maybe that sparks the Hawks. It really doesn't until we go to the second period of play, because the captain continues his play. But Toews drops the gloves. This could have been for maybe trying to unrattle the Hawks, but it didn't really work out. So, at 14:07 in the first period, Thomas Chabot gets the puck off of and just rifles it past Fleury. It's 2-0 Senators, and we go to the second period where it's the Hawks coming out to play, because 58 seconds into the second period, scored by number 19, Jonathan Toews, his 6th of the season, first of the night, assisted by number 88, Patrick Kane. That assist for Patrick Kane officially surpasses Bobby Hall to make him the sole possession of second in franchise points. Yes, Kaner to Toews. That sounds like vintage Blackhawk hockey, if you ask me. Toews to Kane, or Kane to Toews. And it was Kane to Toews, and Toews buries it past Forsberg. It's a 2-1 Senators lead, and the Hawks go to the power play, basically a minute after this goal. And well, on the power play, the captain comes clutch again, because at 2:39 in the second period, scored by number 19, Jonathan Toews, his 2nd of the night, 7th of the season, assisted by number 88, Patrick Kane, and number 56, Eric Gustafsson, to make it a tie game at 2. And your captain is getting this team rolling. The Hawks now have momentum. The captain's on the board twice. The Hawks are good, and here we go. They continued the press in the offensive zone, and well, on this press, all 5 players on the ice touched the puck. And well, it led to this at 9:07 in the second period, scored by number 82, Caleb Jones, his 1st of the night, 3rd of the season, assisted by number 4, Steph Jones, and number 38, Brandon Hagel to make it a 3-2 Chicago Blackhawks lead. This goal was a beauty because of the puck movement in the offensive zone by the Hawks. They kept the Senators on their heels. The Hawks were looking like they were on a power play, even though it was not. They were just moving the puck well, cycling it, getting their opportunities, and well, they get rewarded, and it's Caleb Jones getting on the board from a nice pass from his older brother, Steph Jones. At 9:07, the Hawks have a lead in the second period. So halfway through the game, Hawks lead. But 5 minutes later at 15:41 in the second period, Nick Paul ties the game up with his 11th of the season, assisted by Zub and Justin Brown to make it a 3-3 game. Okay, Hawks let them tie it. But, a big but, this tie game does not last long. Because 8 seconds later, yes, 8 seconds later, the Hawks win the faceoff. Ryan Carpenter wins the faceoff back to Jake McCabe. McCabe gets it to Lafferty, and it's all Lafferty. Lafferty goes up the ice, and he rifles it past Anton Forsberg. It was a beauty. It was a pure, beautiful goal by the Hawks. A quick answer. Hawks get their lead back 4-3 Chicago Blackhawks. Sam Lafferty with his third of the season, and it was assisted by McCabe and Carpenter. Laffy has been a good acquisition for the Hawks since trading for him. I was wrong with him. I really do like Lafferty. When we traded for him, I was really on the fence on that trade. I really like this, how Lafferty's turned out. So the Hawks keep their lead basically right back. 1-goal lead for the Chicago Blackhawks going into the third period. Into the third period, it was more of a back and forth game until 8:55 in the third period. Scored by number 82, Caleb Jones. His fourth of the season, second of the night. Assisted by number 77, Kirby Doc. And number 6, Jake McCabe. This goal from Jones was another booming shot, a slap shot past Forsberg, and it was a big goal for the Hawks. Hawks now have their a 2-goal lead, and the Hawks are not done yet, because 2 minutes later at 10:04 in the third period, scored by number 17, Dylan Strome. His 16th of the season, assisted by number 4, Steph Jones, and number 88, Patrick Kane. This goal was a tip-in by Strome up front of the net. Steph Jones shot the puck, and Stromer up front of the net tips it past Forsberg, and we have a 6-3 game. This goal was reviewed, though, by the NHL, but they determined good goal, and it's a 6-3 game for the Chicago Blackhawks. Dylan Strome keeps his point streak alive after that. Then after that, the Hawks tried to just play it smart and end this game, which they did, and it was a big win for your Chicago Blackhawks in Canada's capital. This was a good game by the Hawks, and I want to hear what your thoughts were from tonight's game. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, Hawks win! Hawks win! And let's go Hawks! I do also want to say sorry this video is uploaded in the morning after the game. My hockey team was played right after the Hawks game was over, so that led to me having to post this video this next morning. So thank you again for watching this review, and it was a big win by your Chicago Blackhawks. So thank you for watching the broadcast again, and we had a big win, and let's go Hawks!